Rome remembers his name in fire and screams. Nero, the emperor who turned a city into a stage for madness. Born into poison, prophecy, and ambition, Nero inherited more than a crown, he inherited a curse carved by his own mother. Beneath the marble and gold, his mask hid unspeakable urges, obsessions Rome whispered about but never dared to confront. Others ruled with armies. Nero ruled with terror, vanity, and fire, and every act drew Rome closer to ruin. This is the story of a man who became a god in his own mind and a monster in history's memory. Welcome to Behind the Iron Mask. Once crowned, Nero didn't dream of ruling an empire. He dreamed of adoring crowds. He wanted to be worshipped not as an emperor, but as an artist. He performed poetry, sang tragedies, and played the lyre for hours, while senators pretended to enjoy it. Fleeing was punishable. Some even faked fainting to escape. His ego demanded worship. At festivals, he forced Rome's elite to cheer as he raced chariots, stumbling, crashing, and still claiming victory. Rumors spread of twisted sexual obsessions, disguising himself at night, prowling the streets, attacking strangers, and taking pleasure in violence. In the palace, scandal deepened. Nero married and humiliated people publicly, and even took a slave named Sporus whom he castrated and wed in a grotesque parody of marriage. His cruelty mixed with theatrics. He dressed in silk embroidered with mythic monsters, wearing heavy perfumes and jewels, presenting himself as a living god on stage. The more he performed, the more paranoid he became, convinced that Rome did not appreciate his genius. He turned rage toward anyone who criticized him. What the world saw as madness, Nero called art. But behind the applause was fear, and behind the ceremonies was a ruler slipping deeper into darkness. In 64 AD, a fire ignited near the Circus Maximus and burned for 6 days, consuming homes, temples, and much of Rome itself. Nero was away in Antium. Some said he rushed back to help. Others swore he returned only to watch Rome burn. Romans whispered that Nero played the lyre as flames rose, likely a myth, but won his reputation made believable. When the fire died, Nero promised a new Rome. Wider streets, marble walls, and vast land reserved for himself. From the ashes rose the Domus Aurea, a palace of gold, built directly over the suffering of the displaced. Suspicion grew. To deflect blame, Nero accused a small, despised religious sect, the Christians. Many were tortured, crucified, or burned alive, human torches for Nero's spectacles. From Rome's ashes came his ultimate symbol of ego, a golden hell built on pain, fear, and fire. Nero's fear consumed him. Friends, senators, even family became enemies in his mind. His mother Agrippina once ruled through him, until he ordered her death by poison, traps, and finally the blade. His wife Octavia was exiled, disgraced, and executed to erase a rival to his image. Ancient sources claim Nero killed his pregnant wife, Poppaea Sabina, in a fit of rage, kicking her in the stomach during an argument. Rumors of plots filled the Senate. Nero answered with executions and blood-soaked spectacles. Allies disappeared overnight, poisoned, drowned, or stabbed to feed his paranoia. Revolts erupted. Even the Praetorian Guard turned as Rome's patience shattered. Abandoned and hunted, Nero fled Rome, obsessed with how history would judge him. Alone, the self-proclaimed god chose suicide, ending his reign in fear and blood. Nero's name became a symbol of fire, cruelty, and terror. Historians branded him mad, yet myths of divinity clung to his shadow. His golden house was stripped, buried, and silenced, but never erased. Rome endured, but Nero's image remained a warning etched in history. This was Nero, emperor, tyrant, and architect of his own destruction.